The next speaker, Your Excellency, is a friend of Kenya, a friend of the devolution family, the outgoing ambassador, Denmark's ambassador to Kenya, and the chair of the devolution donor working group, Ambassador Ole Thonke. Karibu sana. And as the ambassador come, we have reorganized the program in order to save on time. The presentation by the PS, Teresia, will be done tomorrow. The presentation by Ahmed Abdullahi on the resolutions of the 7th Devolution Conference will be done tomorrow. Also, the presentation of the resolutions of the Children's Conference will be done tomorrow. So those 3 items are off the program for now. Karibu Balozi.
Thank you so much. Your Excellency, Presidents, all protocols observed. I looked at the list of speakers, and now I understand it's shortened a little bit, but then it reminded me of my favorite band making music here in Kenya, Sauti Sol, and one of their greatest songs is called Short and Sweet. I will try to do that today. Listening to my American colleague and her presentation, I also thought of changing the title of my presentation today. Instead of Why Africa, Why Kenya, mine will be Why Kenya, Why Devolution. First of all, it's a great honor for me to speak on behalf of development partners. I've learned from the host governor, Jonathan B., that this is the county of champions. But if I was to name a country of champions in terms of devolution, that would be Kenya. You have in 10 years built up a huge devolved administration from scratch, which is for me really a remarkable achievement. And what I have witnessed working with devolution right from the beginning is that very, very soon there was this spirit of family in terms of devolution. Everybody came together, worked together despite political differences, finding solutions and really trying to move forward services to the people in the different counties. Furthermore, I also noted when I was present at the elections in 2012, a lot of politicians, they wanted to become senators. They thought that was the thing at that time, whereas not as many were that interested in becoming a governor. That is very different today. Not that senators are not important, but I think the interest and the competition to become a governor nowadays, for me, really is a signal of how devolution has transformed also politically Kenya. Also, speaking to a lot of voters going into the elections last year, a lot of them, they said, yeah, we are not sure what we will vote for at national level and for our National Assembly, but for my MCA and my governor, that is so important for me. So for me, that's part of the story of the success of devolution in Kenya, bringing the resources and the decisions closer to the people that are affected by that. And we have seen amazing results, I believe. We have seen much more equal development all over Kenya. We have seen citizens' participation, which is crucial. We have seen huge investments in the health sector, in water, agriculture, roads, etc. And I also witnessed during the drought due to the climate change the last couple of years, the way that a lot of the county governments really engaged in climate change, for me, is a clear signal that the notion that climate mitigation, you need to deal with that at a global level, but climate adaptation, you need to deal with that at a local level. So for me, devolution in Kenya has really been a game changer. And that's why we as development partners are so keen to engage even more with all counties and the devolved organizations of Kenya. There's a couple of things to move forward devolution even further in Kenya. First one, we have discussed so many times that if the counties do not get the money, the resources in time to spend them before the financial year ends, nothing will happen. And I'm so happy to learn that this year, the new government and you, Mr. President, that you were able to actually send the money already the 10th of July to the counties to make sure that those monies start working immediately. For us development partners, unfortunately, our funding needs to go through the annual county additional allocation grants, and that needs to be passed by both Senate and the National Assembly. And that process somehow is cumbersome. We've discussed at length. I really hope that you will be inspired by the executive and get those money out working very, very soon. We are actually talking about development partners funding of around 33 billion shillings. Secondly, we must ensure that corruption does not happen at county level. That has always been the argument against devolution, that this will just devolve corruption in Kenya. And that will be deceiving the citizens and the local communities around. And also for us development partners, we will run away as fast as we can when we observe that. I also noted that one of the first things Your Excellency did and announced after the elections was that this government wants to transfer the remaining functions according to the Constitution to the counties. I understand a lot of work is going on because it is not an easy task and it involves a lot of resources, but it's underway and we are all really looking forward to that happening. To end, I urge all to recognize that the glass of devolution is actually more than half full in Kenya. Both central and devolved level needs to work together, and they are, to fill that glass even further. And when I was walking through the stands before coming here, I have witnessed so many, both civil society, private sector organizations that are really keen and willing to work with everybody and all the counties to move devolution forward here in Kenya. And I can assure that we as development partners, with these things, we are also ready to pour in a bit of extra water in the glass of devolution. This will be actually my last public speech in my tenure here in Kenya. I really want to thank everybody that I've worked with around devolution. It has really been an honor and a privilege for me, and I wish you all the best of luck. I will follow what's happening in Kenya from a distance. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much,